How many of us really live each day? I mean truly live, not just exist. How often do you find yourself on autopilot, just going through the motions, reacting to whatever life throws your way? It's like being adrift at sea, tossed and turned by the waves, with no control over your direction. We yearn for something more, don't we? That deep-seated desire for purpose, for meaning, for the feeling that we're actually steering our own ship, charting our own course. But in this modern world, with its relentless pace, its constant demands, finding that sense of control, that inner peace, often feels like an impossible dream, like searching for a mythical city lost to time. But what if I told you the map to that city not only exists but has been in our possession for thousands of years? This isn't about some new age trend or fleeting self-help fad. This is about tapping into an ancient wisdom, a philosophy that has guided emperors and commoners alike through the storms of life. Stoicism. Now, when you hear Stoic, you might picture someone suppressing their emotions, completely indifferent to the world around them. But that's a misconception, a caricature. True Stoicism isn't about being a robot. It's about mastering your mind, your responses. It's about finding tranquility not in the absence of chaos but in the midst of it. It's a practical philosophy, a toolkit for living a good life, a life of virtue, resilience, and deep, unwavering fulfillment. No matter what storms may rage around you, it is about elevating every single day from the ordinary to the extraordinary. And that's what we'll be exploring today. We're not going to get lost in abstract theories. We're diving deep into actionable daily practices. Think of them as rituals, inspired by the titans of Stoic thought. The Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire while battling his own inner demons. The brilliant playwright Seneca, who counseled emperors and faced exile with courage and grace. And the formerly enslaved person Epictetus, who rose to become one of the most influential teachers of his time. These individuals didn't just talk about Stoicism, they lived it every single day, using its principles to navigate the challenges and triumphs of their own lives. These practices we're about to explore aren't about making grand, sweeping changes to your life overnight. They're about the small, seemingly insignificant steps that you can take consistently. Because it's these small steps, repeated day after day, that create a monumental shift, a transformation in how you experience life, how you perceive the world, and how you interact with it. By the time we're done here, you won't just have a better understanding of Stoicism. You'll have a practical toolkit, a set of Stoic practices that you can integrate into your own daily routine. These tools will help you elevate every day, transforming those mundane routine moments into opportunities for growth, for joy, for a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. It is about changing your life from black and white to vivid color. So, are you ready to begin your Stoic journey? Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, a man who held immense power, yet found solace and strength in the simple act of reflecting each morning, once wrote in his personal journal, a collection of wisdom we now call meditations. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. This, right here, is where our journey truly begins. With intention. The conscious decision to shape our day, rather than be shaped by it. Think about it. Your morning routine, or lack thereof, sets the tone for everything that follows. It's the opening chapter of your day's story. A well-crafted morning routine isn't about rigid rules or depriving yourself of simple joys. It's about creating a space for yourself, a sanctuary of intention, before the world rushes in. It's about reclaiming those precious first moments and using them to cultivate a mindset that will serve you throughout the day. But let's be honest, most of us don't exactly leap out of bed, eager to embrace the day with philosophical musings. No, our mornings often look quite different. The alarm clock screams, we groggily reach for our phones, and before we know it, we're drowning in a sea of notifications, emails, news headlines, and social media updates. We're instantly bombarded with other people's priorities, other people's demands, other people's lives. We're reacting, responding, before we've even had a chance to simply be, to connect with our own thoughts, our own intentions. Our minds are scattered, our focus fragmented. We're pulled in 1,000 different directions before we've even had our first cup of coffee. It's a chaotic start to the day, and it leaves us feeling drained, overwhelmed, and playing catch-up from the moment we open our eyes. But it doesn't have to be this way. We can choose to start our day differently. We can choose to cultivate a morning routine that empowers us, that centers us, that sets us up for a day of purpose and fulfillment, rather than a day of frantic reactions. Imagine, instead of reaching for your phone, you take a few moments to simply breathe, to feel the weight of your body on the bed, the coolness of the air on your skin. Imagine taking a moment to appreciate the simple fact that you are alive, that you have another day to experience, to learn, to grow, to make a difference. This is the power of intention. It's about making a conscious choice to start your day, on your own terms, to create a space for yourself before the demands of the world come crashing in. This isn't about some radical overhaul of your life. It's about making small, deliberate choices that align with your values, with the kind of person you want to be, with the kind of life you want to live. It's about recognizing that the first hour of your day is a precious gift, and it's up to you to decide how you want to use it. Will you squander it on mindless scrolling, or will you invest it in something that nourishes your soul, that strengthens your mind, that sets you on a path towards a more meaningful and fulfilling life? The choice, as the Stoics would remind us, is entirely yours. And that choice begins with the simple yet profound act of setting an intention for your day. What will your intention be today? How will you choose to show up in the world? Let that question guide you as you craft your own morning routine, a routine that will empower you to live each day with purpose, with intention, with a deep sense of gratitude for the precious privilege of being alive. Let's be honest, life isn't always sunshine and roses. It's messy, unpredictable, and sometimes downright difficult. We face setbacks, disappointments, and challenges that can leave us feeling overwhelmed and defeated. Stoicism doesn't promise a life free from these hardships. It doesn't offer a magic wand to make all your problems disappear. What it does offer is a way to navigate those challenges, not with gritted teeth and resentment, but with strength, grace, and an unshakable inner peace. The Stoics, those ancient masters of resilience, understood a fundamental truth about the human condition, that we grow stronger not through constant comfort but through facing discomfort head-on. They believed in voluntarily embracing challenges, not as a form of self-punishment or masochism, but as a powerful tool to build resilience, to forge an unyielding spirit capable of weathering any storm. Think of it like training for a marathon. You wouldn't expect to run 26.2 miles without pushing your body, without experiencing some level of discomfort during your training, would you? Similarly, we can't expect to navigate life's complexities without occasionally stepping outside our comfort zones, without deliberately choosing to face challenges that test our limits. So, how do we put this into practice in our daily lives? Let's start with something that might sound a bit daunting, but trust me, it's a game changer. The cold shower. Yes, you heard that right. I'm talking about deliberately turning that faucet to cold and stepping into the invigorating, yet undeniably shocking stream of water. It sounds unpleasant, doesn't it? And honestly, at first it is. Your body screams in protest. Every cell in your being wants to jump back, to return to the warmth and comfort of what it knows. But here's the thing. In that moment of discomfort, in that initial shock, you're presented with a choice. You can give in to the impulse to retreat, or you can stand your ground, breathe deeply, and endure. And in choosing to endure, in choosing to stay in that cold water for even just a few minutes, you're doing something profound. You're engaging in a daily exercise in discipline, a small but significant act of self-mastery. You're essentially telling your mind, I'm in control here, not my immediate impulses, not my aversion to discomfort. It is a mental victory, a declaration of independence from the tyranny of our fleeting whims. And the benefits extend far beyond the mental realm. That initial shock of cold water triggers a cascade of physiological responses. Your heart rate increases, your blood vessels constrict, and your body releases a surge of adrenaline and endorphins. You feel a rush of energy, a heightened sense of alertness, a clarity of mind that's hard to achieve any other way. It's like hitting the reset button on your entire system. preparing you to face the day with renewed vigor and focus. Studies have even shown that regular cold exposure can boost your immune system, improve your circulation, and even help regulate your mood, reducing symptoms of stress and anxiety. It's a powerful tool, this cold shower, a daily ritual that strengthens not just your body but your mind and spirit as well. But the principle of embracing discomfort extends far beyond the confines of your morning shower. The Stoics encouraged a practice they called voluntary hardship, deliberately choosing to experience minor discomforts as a way to build resilience, to prepare for life's inevitable challenges. This isn't about seeking out pain or suffering for its own sake. It's about recognizing that a life completely devoid of discomfort is not only unrealistic, it's also undesirable. It's in those moments of friction, those moments where we're pushed beyond our comfort zones, that we truly grow. So how can you incorporate voluntary hardship into your daily routine? It could be as simple as choosing to fast for a period, experiencing the physical sensation of hunger, and recognizing that you can still function, you can still thrive, even when your body isn't constantly satiated. Maybe it's choosing to walk or cycle to work instead of driving, embracing the physical exertion, the exposure to the elements, the minor inconvenience of a longer commute. Maybe it is deliberately putting yourself in a slightly uncomfortable social situation. Maybe you are an introvert and you decide to join a group of people, or maybe you decide to speak in front of people even if it makes you nervous. These small acts of voluntary hardship, these deliberate choices to step outside your comfort zone, are like mental push-ups. They strengthen your resilience, your ability to adapt, your capacity to handle whatever life throws your way. Remember, the goal isn't self-punishment, it's self-improvement. It's about building the mental fortitude, the inner strength to face life's inevitable discomforts, not with fear and avoidance, but with courage, acceptance, and an unwavering belief in your own ability to endure and overcome. It's about transforming yourself into the kind of person who can weather any storm, who can find peace and purpose even in the midst of chaos. It is about forging a character as strong as steel, tempered in the fire of self-imposed challenges. The relentless hustle of daily life, with its endless to-do lists, its constant demands on our time and attention. It's all too easy to fall into the trap of focusing on what's wrong, what's missing, what's lacking. We become fixated on the things we don't have, the goals we haven't achieved, the perceived imperfections in ourselves and our lives. This negative bias, this tendency to dwell on the downsides, is a natural human inclination, but it's also a recipe for discontent, anxiety, and a pervasive sense of dissatisfaction. The Stoics, those insightful observers of the human condition, understood the power of shifting that focus, of actively cultivating a mindset of gratitude. They recognized that true happiness, true fulfillment, doesn't come from acquiring more possessions, achieving higher status, or constantly chasing after external validations. It comes from appreciating what we already have, from finding joy in the simple things, from recognizing the abundance that surrounds us, even in the midst of challenges. So how do we cultivate this attitude of gratitude? How do we train our minds to focus on the good, even when it's tempting to dwell on the negative? A simple yet profoundly transformative practice is keeping a gratitude journal. It is a powerful tool. It is something you can start doing today, right now, with just a pen and a notebook. Every day, take a few moments to write down 3 things you're grateful for. It could be in the morning, as you start your day, or in the evening, as you reflect on the day that's passed. The key is to be specific, to go beyond general statements like, "I'm grateful for my family," or "I'm grateful for my health." Dig deeper. What specific aspects of your family are you grateful for? Is it the sound of your children's laughter? The unwavering support of your partner? The things you list don't have to be grand or extraordinary. In fact, it's often the small, seemingly insignificant things that bring us the most joy when we take the time to truly appreciate them. The warmth of the sun on your skin during a morning walk, a kind word or gesture from a stranger, the delicious aroma of your morning coffee, the ability to read, to learn, to grow. The simple fact that you are alive, that you have another day to experience the world, to connect with others, to make a difference. This practice of daily gratitude journaling might seem almost too simple to be effective, but its power lies in its ability to gradually rewire your brain, to shift your default mode from focusing on the negative to actively seeking out the positive. Over time, you'll find yourself becoming more attuned to the good things in your life, more appreciative of the simple pleasures, more resilient in the face of challenges. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can increase contentment, reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, improve sleep quality, and even strengthen relationships. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The Stoics, in their wisdom, also practice something that might seem counterintuitive at first glance: negative visualization. It sounds a bit gloomy, doesn't it? But it's not about dwelling on the negative or inviting misfortune into your life. It's about briefly, deliberately contemplating the things you could potentially lose. Imagine for a moment your life without your loved ones, without your health, without your home, without the simple pleasures you often take for granted. This isn't an exercise in fear-mongering or self-sabotage. It's a powerful tool for heightening your appreciation for what you do have, right here, right now. It's about recognizing that everything we have in life is temporary, that loss is an inevitable part of the human experience. By contemplating these potential losses, not in a morbid or obsessive way, but with a sense of detachment and acceptance, we create a space for profound gratitude to flourish. We realize just how precious, how fragile, how incredibly valuable these things are, and in that realization we are more likely to cherish them, to nurture them, to express our appreciation for them while we still can. It's a powerful reminder to live fully in the present moment, to savor the simple joys, to express our love and gratitude to those who matter most, and to not take anything for granted. Because, as the Stoics knew all too well, everything we have is on loan to us, and we never know when it might be taken away. This practice helps us to appreciate the good in our lives while we have them. The Stoics had a profound concept that guided their lives: the idea of living in accordance with nature. This wasn't just about hugging trees or spending time outdoors, although that's certainly part of it. It was a much deeper, more encompassing idea. They believed in living in harmony with both the nature of the universe, the grand cosmic order, and our own inherent human nature. This meant understanding our place in the vast tapestry of existence and striving to fulfill our unique potential as rational, social beings, capable of reason, empathy, and virtue. It is about understanding that we are not isolated individuals, adrift in a meaningless void. We are interconnected, interwoven with everything around us, part of a larger whole that extends far beyond our individual selves. It is about living a purposeful life. But how do we find that purpose? How do we connect with something larger than ourselves in our daily lives? One powerful exercise the Stoics practiced is something called the view from above, or sometimes referred to as the cosmic perspective. It's a visualization technique, a journey of the mind that can profoundly shift your perspective and help you see your life in a new light. Imagine for a moment closing your eyes and picturing yourself rising above your home, above your neighborhood, your city. See the streets and buildings shrinking below you as you ascend higher and higher. Continue to rise above your country, the continents, until you're looking down at the entire Earth, a swirling blue and green sphere hanging in the vastness of space. See the billions of people scattered across the globe, each with their own lives, their own hopes, their own struggles. From this vantage point, the daily worries and anxieties that often consume us begin to fade into insignificance. The traffic jam, the looming deadline, the petty disagreements, they all seem. This exercise isn't about diminishing your own life or experiences. It's about recognizing that you are part of something much larger than yourself, a vast, interconnected web of life that stretches across time and space. This realization can be both humbling and liberating. It fosters a sense of interconnectedness, a feeling of belonging to something grand and meaningful. It diminishes the ego, the sense of self-importance that often leads to unnecessary suffering. When we see ourselves as a small part of a much larger whole, we're less likely to get caught up in our own dramas, more likely to approach life with a sense of equanimity and perspective. Another powerful tool for finding purpose and living in accordance with our nature is to reflect on the qualities of those we admire. Our role models. Think about someone you deeply respect, someone who embodies the virtues you aspire to cultivate. This could be a historical figure, a mentor, a family member, or even a fictional character. It could be anyone, living or dead, who inspires you to be a better version of yourself. Reflect on their qualities, their actions, their values. What is it about them that you admire? Is it their courage, their compassion, their wisdom, their resilience? How did they navigate the challenges they faced? How did they contribute to the world around them? This isn't about mindlessly imitating someone else. It's about drawing inspiration from their example, using them as a guiding star as you navigate your own path. The Stoics believed that we all have within us the potential for virtue, for wisdom, for living a good life. By reflecting on the qualities of those who exemplify these virtues, we can awaken that potential within ourselves. We can learn from their successes, their failures, their struggles, and their triumphs. We can ask ourselves, how can I embody these virtues in my own life? How can I make choices today and every day that align with the kind of person I aspire to be? This is a powerful way to connect with your own inner compass, to live a life that is guided by principle, by purpose, by a deep sense of meaning. It's about striving, not for external validation or material success, but for inner growth, for the cultivation of wisdom and virtue, which the Stoics believed were the true measures of a life well lived. We've talked a lot about the importance of starting your day with intention, of cultivating practices that empower you to live more fully. But just as important as how you begin your day is how you end it. The Stoics, those masters of self-awareness, understood the profound value of reflection, of taking the time to look back on the day's events, not to dwell on the past, but to learn, to grow, and to prepare for the future. They knew that a well-lived life is not just about what happens to us, but how we respond, how we learn, and how we adapt. Think of your evening routine as the closing chapter of your day's story, a chance to reflect on the plot twists, the character, development, and the lessons learned. It's a time to wind down, to recharge, and to set the stage for a peaceful and productive tomorrow. One of the most powerful tools the Stoics employed for this purpose was the practice of daily review. Before you go to sleep, take a few moments to reflect on your day. You can do this in your mind, but I highly recommend using a journal. There's something about putting pen to paper that helps to clarify your thoughts and solidify your insights. Ask yourself, where did I succeed today? Where did I live in accordance with my values? What did I do well? Acknowledge your victories, no matter how small. This isn't about boasting or self-aggrandizement. It's about recognizing your strengths and reinforcing the behaviors you want to cultivate. Then, with the same honesty and detachment, ask yourself, where did I fall short today? Where did I deviate from my principles? What could I have done better? This isn't about beating yourself up or wallowing in self-criticism. It's about honest self-assessment, about identifying areas where you can improve, where you can grow, where you can make different choices tomorrow. What can you learn from your experiences, both positive and negative? What insights have you gained about yourself, about others, about the world around you? How can you apply these lessons to future situations? Remember, the Stoics believed that every experience, even the most challenging, is an opportunity for growth, a chance to learn and become a better version of yourself. This daily review is not a one-time event, but an ongoing practice, a continuous cycle of reflection, learning, and growth. It's about cultivating a deep awareness of your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and using that awareness to make conscious choices about how you want to live your life. Finally, as you prepare to drift off to sleep, take a few moments to prepare for tomorrow. This isn't about meticulously planning every minute of your day. It's about setting yourself up for success, about creating the conditions for another day of intentional living. This could involve something as simple as planning your schedule, deciding what are your priorities for the next day, or laying out your clothes for the next morning. Maybe it is taking a few moments to visualize a successful day ahead, seeing yourself accomplishing your goals, handling challenges with grace, and living in accordance with your values. These small acts of preparation can make a world of difference in how you experience your mornings. They reduce the mental load, the decision fatigue that can often lead to stress and overwhelm. They allow you to wake up with a sense of clarity, purpose, and direction, ready to embrace the day ahead. And of course, let's not forget the importance of a good night's sleep. In our always-on, constantly connected world, sleep is often undervalued, seen as something that can be sacrificed in the pursuit of productivity. But the Stoics, with their emphasis on living in accordance with nature, understood that rest is not a luxury, but a necessity. A good night's sleep is essential for both your physical and mental well-being. It allows your body to repair and recharge, your mind to process the day's events, and your emotions to find balance. It's during sleep that your brain consolidates memories, strengthens neural connections, and clears out toxins. When you're well rested, you're better equipped to handle stress, make sound decisions, and engage fully with the world around you. So, as you wind down your day, make sure to prioritize sleep. Create a relaxing bedtime routine that signals to your body and mind that it's time to rest. This could involve dimming the lights, taking a warm bath, reading a book, or practicing some gentle stretching or meditation. Avoid screens in the hour or two before bed, as the blue light emitted from these devices can interfere with your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. By prioritizing sleep, you're not just preparing for a better tomorrow, you're investing in a healthier, happier, more resilient you. You are investing in a you that is more capable of living each day to its fullest potential. We've journeyed through 10 powerful Stoic practices today, each one a stepping stone towards a more intentional, resilient, and fulfilling life. From the moment you wake up, setting an intention for the day, to the calming ritual of a cold shower, embracing voluntary discomfort, practicing gratitude, and contemplating the vastness of the cosmos, to find role models and learning from them, to reviewing your day. Each of these practices is interconnected, weaving together to create a tapestry of mindful living. They are the threads that, when combined, create a strong and vibrant fabric of a life well lived. These daily rituals are not about striving for some unattainable ideal of perfection. They're about progress, about embracing the journey of self-improvement one step at a time. They are about cultivating a mindset that allows you to navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life with greater resilience, purpose, and joy. It is a journey, not a destination, a continuous process of growth, learning, and self-discovery. So here's your call to action. Start small. Pick one of these practices that resonates with you, just one. Incorporate it into your daily routine. Make it a habit. Experience its impact. Then gradually, as you feel ready, add another and another. See how these small changes, these seemingly insignificant shifts, begin to transform your life, one elevated day at a time. If you found this exploration valuable, if it sparked something within you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe to the channel for more insights into Stoicism and the art of living well, and share your experiences in the comments below. Let's create a community of individuals committed to growth, resilience, and a more meaningful life. And if you're eager to dive deeper into the wisdom of the Stoics, check out the playlist I've created, a curated collection of resources to guide you on your Stoic journey. Remember, the path to a more fulfilling life is always available to you, waiting to be explored one intentional step at a time.